don't like that angle at all. Oh goody, yeah. Let's push that back. Hello my lovelies. Try not to knock everything onto the floor while I push the mirror back and lean into you. That's better. Right, bring the mirror closer too so I can see what I'm doing. Hello my lovelies, do you like my bunny ears? They're good, aren't they? Got these in the Body Shop calendar at Christmas, and I don't wear them enough. And my hair gets in my face and I just tie it back, and that's the whole point of this headband, is to keep your hair out of your face while you're doing your skincare and your makeup. So let's actually use them for that. Also, this is going to be kind of a chatty get ready with me while I kind of talk about what's going on and how I'm not feeling myself at the moment. It's just, I haven't updated my Instagram in days. I was kind of happy that I'd got myself into the 50 Shades of Revolution because it meant I didn't have to think about it. But things have been getting on top of me, and it's not getting better. Work really got on top of me the past 2 weeks. Were completely stressful, and when I needed help at work, I got shouted at instead. So that shut me down, and things at home are stressful as well, so everything is just shit at the moment, and I'm just feeling fucking awful. Since I'm not monetized, I don't have to worry about my videos being advertiser friendly. So yeah, I'm just feeling awful, and I've been trying to stay away from social media as much as I can, because obviously social media can make you feel worse. It's human nature to compare yourself to the people that are on it. So even though I know that the whole thing is photoshopped and cut and it's just little bits, the perfect bits of people's lives, you still have fun with it. It's just not great. So I decided to get rid of the bag because I knew that was going to annoy me for the entirety of this video, because that is the bag that I'm keeping my makeup empties for this year in, so I can total that up at the end of the year because I'm not keeping the whole lot. And it's been hung there for a while. I've replaced it with Trevor, which is my little unicorn light. I like Trevor, I think he's pretty cool. But yeah, the reason it's there is this room is basically my entire life. Things at home, they're not as terrible as they have been in the past, but they're not in a good place. And I can't find my concealer, I've got to go and find that. You guys may or may not be aware of home, my home life. I live at home with my mother. I pay the mortgage, so you could say she lives with me, but it was her house first. I took over paying the mortgage when she got herself into some financial difficulties, and I stayed here instead of travelling around the world, which is probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever did. So if you intend on fucking off around the world, please just go and do it, because you will have some wonderful life experience, which I never got around to doing, and I am not going to cry. And part of staying here was I took over the room that's behind the wall that's in front of me. It's a box room. It's barely big enough for a bed and a desk. You can't get much in there. You can just about get one bed in there, and it has to be a small bed. I took over that room. I put a wardrobe in it because at the time it was being used as a dumping room, and there is not, this is quite a small room in itself. It's not very big. And trying to get all my stuff in here was getting on my nerves, and having a wardrobe in here, there was just no room. So I had that room done up with wardrobes, And it's been a bone of contention ever since. It got worse when my niece was born, and Mum wanted her to stay over. So I slowly started making it more child friendly, which is why my jewellery and nail polishes are on the wall in here now. And then it's a little while back, but it still really annoys me. She just had a real go at me about that room because she couldn't, because there was still stuff in there, and she's never had my niece over to stay. She doesn't really want my niece over to stay, she just wants the possibility of my niece over to stay because she is 70, and you know, looking after a 2-year-old is very, very tiring. So I basically started moving all my stuff out of my room at the same time as I was trying to get into minimalism and just basically cutting down on all my crap anyway, because I had too much of it. So yeah, there was that. And we had this huge massive argument, and now there's barely any of my stuff in there. It's all in here, it's all kind of under my bed and in boxes over there, which you can't see. And I have got rid of and sold off a lot of my stuff. And I can't remember where this was going, but yeah, right now I'm still trying to get all my stuff in this room. This house is a state. She's a bit of a hoarder too, so she's got tons of stuff she doesn't use. And it got worse when my niece started coming over, and she started looking after my niece on Mondays, because she's got all these kids' toys and she keeps buying kids' toys, and any spare surface that we've got is basically covered in kids' stuff at the moment. There isn't a free side downstairs, there's nowhere to put anything, and I'm supposed to clean. I can't clean properly because there's so much stuff to move. So that's been getting on top of me. Oh, I'm fine. And of course my eyebrows are going horrifically wrong today. I've started using pomade, and normally they go so much better than that. So I'm going to wipe those off. Yeah, and then last night she keeps buying gadget hoovers. So she's bought the G-Tech one, and there's this little cordless one that you can use for hoovering spaces. And it looks like she put one of the parts in wet the other day because it was coming and water was coming out of it when she turned it on. And she went to show me this last night, but she did it without the innards in there. And this thing, without the innards in, really fucking loud, and it was hurting my ears, and I asked her to turn it off because I didn't ask her, like, I was like, can you turn that off? It's hurting my ears. Deal with it. So I need to move out. I don't know how I'm going to achieve that because I'm barely making ends meet, because hey, minimum wage job, credit card debts because you're unhappy and spend money you don't have. So let's just get some concealer on my eyes because that didn't go very well. And now I'm looking for the concealer and I can't find it. So let's do that. So mental health wise, home isn't great. Social media was making me feel worse because I just wasn't getting anywhere. I wonder if I put primer on my... You see, I don't normally even put concealer up here. I don't know what to do with the Venus palette, so that's what I'm going to be using today. So for a little while I've been feeling very blue and not wanting to film anything, so I haven't filmed my empties for the past 2 months. Oh, I've got 2 months worth. I'm going to try and film my empties today. I've got my pink parcel coming in. The thing is, my empties and my pink parcels, none of my stuff gets much views, and there was a definite dip where YouTube stopped promoting me altogether because they weren't making any money off me. So they don't get very much views, and I just wondered if there was anything that I could do to increase the value of my videos. And I'm feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff that I've bought that has resulted in my, yay, credit card debt. And I've been doing this for a while, project panning and all that, but I didn't feel like it was getting anywhere. So I've decided to up my cruelty-free game. Also, this year's project pan hasn't gone quite so well. I'm project panning this year the Urban Decay Black palette, which officially should go when I do my massive declutter, because there's going to be a declutter series coming up. Because it's not cruelty-free and it's not vegan. Urban Decay doesn't sell in China, but they're owned, I think, by L'Oreal. They've definitely got a non-cruelty-free parent company. And I'm in two minds about what I want to do with my eyes today, because I'm feeling like the complicated eye looks are really not going to help. I don't know whether I am going to be able to do the complicated eye looks, and the simplest one I can think of with doing with this palette is one I've worn in the last video that I filmed, and I really don't want to do that again. So see, I've got a graphic eyeliner idea, but I can't imagine that's going to go well today either. I need to be in a very creative mood to do that. So I've done the spotlight eye thing before. So I've run out of space on the memory card. I need to zoom you back in. This is the problem when it all... Why are you more tilted forwards? That's better. Probably a completely different position to what it was before. The light on that has completely gone. Need new batteries in that too. Need new batteries in Trevor. Because I hadn't deleted the older stuff. Well done, Claire. Mental composure. I was deciding what the hell I'm going to do with this. I still am not sure. You see, there are several looks I could do with this. You've got the nice... You could do a very grungy sunset eye. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again. Let's challenge myself. Why not? So yeah, home life isn't great. Work is not great. Like I said, something happened. Things were happening at work that were impacting me directly, with making my job longer and harder. And I got stressed and a little bit snappy. I was acting completely out of character compared to how I normally act. I was acting stressed. I was acting the way I do when I get stressed. And I told the boss that I needed to speak to him. But before that happened, I snapped at the wrong person and I got shouted at. So, long story short, I need a new job. I don't get any support where I need it at work, so I need to get myself a new job. I have started applying for new jobs. Hopefully where if you've got a member of staff that's fucking it up to the point where another member of staff is having to cover for them and do their work for them, that management will actually give a shit. And home life is not great. It's been really hot recently as well in the UK, so you know, tempers don't do so well in that kind of weather. And I haven't been able to walk my little boy because it's been far too hot for him. Dogs have been dying because of the weather. So I wasn't walking him how much ever he wanted. Getting to the gym has been absolutely impossible. I couldn't cycle to the gym in the weather as it was. My mother was working all the time. So that's been a no-go. Let's have a go at this, shall we? Let's just do it. And one of the things I'm trying to learn is to put my cut crease up high. I am so used to kind of putting it in there, but then I have a lot of upper space here, but when I open my eyes, generally you can't see what's going on my lid. And that's what cut creases are designed to do. So I had that, and obviously everybody knows social media ain't great for you. It's all over the news, it's everywhere. Is social media damaging this generation, blah blah blah. Social media isn't good for your health. So I had those all combined at the same time, and I'm struggling a little at the moment. I am just not doing well. So that's where I am at the moment, and that's why I've been a little quiet, but I need to get kind of back into everything. Even my website went down. It'll have been down for about a couple of weeks. By down, I mean I haven't posted anything on it. I'm still doing back-end work, so one of the things I'm trying to do to make myself feel a little less, well, awful, is by being productive. So I've started being productive. I've been trying to listen to things that are creative and podcasts and of creative people and positive people, but some of them were making me feel worse because I just feel like I couldn't do what they were saying, and oh, you must do this and you have to do this and there's no excuse for doing this, and it was just, oh, I'll tell you what, that was just making me feel so much worse, so much worse. So I just kind of decided that I needed to take a break from everything and to dial back on pretty much everything. Now I've kind of got to create the cut crease shape with this. Now a lot of people, now I have very oily eyelids, you probably know this if you've been watching me for a while. A lot of people put the eyeshadow all over the lid. And then just cover it up with concealer. That's great if you're taking a shot for Instagram, but if you're oily like me, within 20 minutes the whole thing is just going to be creased and looking freaking awful. Of course I haven't been helping myself because I haven't been feeling great in any way, shape or form. Of course I've been buying things, I've been eating all the wrong things, I've been trying to do slim fast, and yeah, failing at that because, you know, I'm a big old fail at the moment, but there you go. So yeah, so I was trying to do that and failing at that, and yeah, it's a very grungy yellow, but it's normally brighter than that. It's gone really dull. And this was a clean brush too. I'm just gonna blend those two together using the yellow brush that I'd been using before. Just kind of windshield wiper terms. Now if you because I'm 40, so my skin is going to start creping on my eyes at some point. You need to learn a new technique, and the new technique is just little blending motions like this. That helps blend the edges of the colour together, and you don't have to use the windshield wiper motion, which you'll see all the young sparkly beauty gurus. You see some of them were like, see, a lot of these podcasts that I've been listening to that are supposed to be inspirational and helping you out, and more like, do things while you're like young. I'm like, I'm fucking 40, that's long gone. And I was just feeling really depressed, especially, as I said, I was supposed to just kind of dump everything and go around the world, and then that didn't happen. So now I'm going to do something that I didn't do in the original image. Now, like I said, I've practiced this, and this was the best eye that I got out of it. Are you going to focus? Oh, thank you. So I did it there, and that was the better eye, because I'm blind in this eye. I can't see anything much when I close this eye. This is a big massive blur. It doesn't matter how close I get to this mirror. This is a big massive blur. I can't really see what I'm doing. So this eye was not very good, but that looked really, really good. And See, I was using the pomade on that one and it came out fine. So I really need to try and get the deep colour. I don't think I used mud. This is a new brush. Well, it came out of a palette that I'm getting rid of, but I thought I'd give it a go. And just really, because I'm going to basically make this as thin as possible, because I'm going to cut the crease where this goes. So yeah, that's what's been going on with my life. How's yours? I hope it's better than mine. So I'm currently looking for a new job. I keep seeing jobs in Body Shop. I'd really love to work for Body Shop, especially since they're now cruelty free. They've been bought from L'Oreal by a little, I think it's Malaysian company that is cruelty free. So you've no longer got to worry about the parent company. But everything they've got is part-time and I need full-time work. And really all the companies that I would love to work for seem to only have part-time jobs going, and that's really annoying. I'm just going to blur out the edge on this side because it's not working so well with that little brush. Am I still on the screen? I hope I am. I don't know how the beauty guru, I can't hold a mirror and do all my blending at the same time. It just doesn't happen. And again, I'm just trying to blur the edge. I'm not trying to pull it up, so I'm just blurring the upper edge. So yeah, my spending has been out of control. My whole life has been out of control just recently, and it's all just been going horribly wrong. So I decided to dial it back a bit. I'm still not better, but I need to get back to posting. I need to get back into regular everyday life. Like I said, I've been trying to get organised, and yeah, I have a little diary back there that I started doing a bullet journal with. That's kind of fallen by the wayside. I'm going to try and get back into that again because I had my posting schedule for things. I've been trying to get my Instagram up and running properly. I will at some point. My personal Instagram I'm going to focus on as far as my Instagram presence. I've got a second one for my blog, which is Photo Beauty, because it goes with the name of the website that I own. And this is where you realise you should have really brought that brown back down there, but I didn't. So sucks to be me. I'll put the white on. This is also a new brush. I bought a bunch of brushes off AliExpress. Most of them were rubbish. One set I bought was basically the same brushes repeated about 3 or 4 times. They're only like 20 quid, so they were dead cheap. It wasn't expensive. This is the other thing I also need to stop doing, because I don't have a lot of money. I think, oh look, it's a 20 quid set of brushes. I can buy that. And I'm getting a lot of brushes for my money, but if you end up throwing away most of the brushes, actually, you've just paid 20 quid for a brush that's not very good, not very well made. Is probably not cruelty free, and I don't like the shape of that at all. Now I did buy the Sigma brush to go with this because I didn't upload it first, even though I did the video first. I have done. I followed a Stephanie Lange video, which still needs editing. I did that before I did the Black Friday one. And she uses a Sigma brush. The handle on the Sigma brush is so long. If you are really short-sighted like me, the handle on it is just way too long because you can't get up close and personal in the mirror at all with it. And it just kept bashing. But it is still one of the best brushes I've got for cut creases. It is it's a lip brush. It's in there somewhere. I mean, this is my problem also. I buy too much stuff and now I can't find half the brushes that I need when I need them. There it is. So it's the Sigma L06, and that I find is really good for cut creases because it's so tiny you can be really precise with the edge. Yeah, so as part of my I'm not buying as much stuff anymore, which has really only just recently come into force for me, I have decided to go completely vegan with my makeup and completely cruelty free as far as, well, no parent companies either. So even if Kat Von D hadn't opened her mouth and come out as an anti-vaxxer, she would have been on the hit list because she's a Sephora owned brand, but Sephora is owned by a company called Shiseido, I think it's called Shiseido, and that brand is the cruelty-free branch of Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is not cruelty-free by anybody's imagination. So, yeah. I'm talking about getting, I mean, the Louis Vuitton thing has got me thinking. Now, I'm doing it like this because a lot of the influencers, when they do this, well, they'll just put the colour all over the lid and then they'll cut that bit in the middle again with more concealer. But when you're oily like me, concealer doesn't stick in the way it seems to stick for other people. And it just ends up being crap. Now, I actually need to curl the end of that a bit. So she would have been off the list. And then another one of my cruelty-free people that I buy from was Lime Crime. Lime Crime has just been bought out by Telegram, or Tenegram, I think it is. If you go and look at their portfolio of brands that they own someone called Algenist, which I had heard of before. They unfortunately are not cruelty free. Algenist, they sell in China. So that means for me, Lime Crime is no longer cruelty free and is on the hit list. I think they've really improved themselves over the past few years. I'm going to switch brushes. As much as I would be tempted to carry on with the blue brush because it would help with the blending, I am going to use a different brush. I've picked up a different brush already. I'm just packing on that blue a bit more because it's... Filter is a lovely colour, but it is quite powdery and needs a bit of packing to get it there. Right, so now on the outer corner I'm going to use Marsh. So yeah, well, we were talking about the fact that now Lime Crime and Kat Von D are no longer cruelty free, or well, Kat Von D's never been cruelty free under that definition, but Lime Crime is perhaps the newest one to add to the bunch, which is a bit of a shame. And then that means I've had to do a ton of research because the only really vegan brands that I knew of that were cruelty free, or at least under a definition of the word, that's one of the videos I'm going to film today. It's how cruelty free are you? And it's not supposed to be belittling anybody for their non-cruelty free choices, because as I said, I'm pretty new to it. So down the middle, this is the Spotlight Eye. We are going to use Pigeon just on top of the white. Yeah, it's taken a ton of research to see if I can find out. This is why I kind of landed on sticking with just vegan cosmetics from companies I know are cruelty free without, that haven't got problematic parents. Problematic parents is probably the best way to describe the parents of things like Lime Crime and Kat Von D and NYX as well. And oh, I love NYX's, or NYX, I'm never sure how to say that. NYX's, some of NYX's stuff I've just started getting into. They've got some lovely liners, but they have, well, one, they're not vegan, so I won't be buying them again since I've decided to go vegan with my stuff, and two, that their parent isn't So right, what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to use that white that I was using earlier to give myself a nice defined line there. I need to put a little bit more deeper colour in this corner here. Don't be afraid of doing this. If you are, you don't have to get it perfect straight away. Now I know I'm going to get a glitter eyeliner to kind of define that crease, so let's flip that around. That's not too bad. It's not quite as blended together in places as I'd like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt this eye, the one that I can't see out of. Well, the one that I can see out of, which I am now going to close. And I think what I'm going to do is when I do this, I'm not going to be able to talk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera. It also means it won't overheat. Have a go at this eye and then I'll come back and talk to you more about cruelty-free stuff. I'm not going to go into it too much depth because I've got a whole video coming up. I even scripted the thing, but I have a script and everything. So we are at the stage where I am worrying about the blending between the shadows on my eyes. That was really hard on this eye, really hard. So I'm just trying to blend without being able to see what I'm doing. Between the, see this eye, the blending is so much better. Between fly and filter at the moment. What I want is this to be like the sun on the sea here, and then I want that to be the sky as if, you know, kind of a sunset. That's what I'm going for here. And what I was trying to create was something I hadn't seen on the internet. Because when this palette came out, cut crease eyes like this were not a thing. They weren't a thing. And all the things that I wanted to do or thought about doing or I could find online that I wanted to kind of copy, obviously credit them, and everything was, there was nothing like this, nothing I could see online. If somebody's already done this, point me at them, cool. Because most of the beauty gurus, when they get something like this, they'll do a couple of looks when it's released and then they'll move on to the next thing because they've got so much fucking PR. They get so much PR that they really don't have a chance to sit down and play. So this palette, which if it came out today, I'm sure there would be 100 beauty gurus doing this look. It's not come out today, it's a few years old now, and I rarely see them ever playing with it. So, I think I'm not going to put a highlight under the eyebrows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my base. So one of the things that I am going to be doing, or going to be getting rid of actually, is my Fit Me from Maybelline, because it is not cruelty free and it is not accidentally vegan either. So this is one of the ones that will be going when I do my big declutter. And I'm not going to be doing my big declutter today because I'm gonna need a whole day to go through my collection. I have way too much fucking stuff. I just do have way too much stuff. And I wanted to film this. Well, I wanted to film a Try to Get Rid of Me, not necessarily this one. And I needed to also film my empties because I can't leave that for another month. I've had people with oily skin say they hate this foundation, but I actually quite like this foundation. It's not a bad match. I did a wear test on this with the Body Shop, on the Body Shop matte clay. I've also heard another oily YouTuber recently really say they hate the clay foundation from the Body Shop, but I actually loved it. I really did. It's probably about the only foundation I've got that isn't cruelty free, this one, and not vegan. I still have my old Estee Lauder bottle, but it doesn't actually have Estee Lauder in it anymore. It has my Franken foundation because I have olive undertones. So while this is it's an okay match, it is not a perfect match. Kind of irritating. Ooh. I didn't drop it on the floor though. But they still don't do my undertone. As a member of an indigenous population, because I'm not American. This is where my people come from. Now I've beat my face, this sponge will be going in my empties video, so you might see this after my empties video. It's definitely going to go up after my empties video, because I'm filming this on the 1st of July. I need to put my empties up today, so I'm going to film my empties, put that up today. So you'll have seen this in the empties. What I'm also going to do is I have a brand new sponge from Makeup Revolution. I really love their soft complexion sponge. And I've got one that's really old, kind of beat up, very discoloured. So I bought a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between the two at some point. I might even do that today if I get time. Now this is the C6 from Revolution. It is slightly darker than, it looked lighter in swatches than the C1. It's not, it's definitely darker. But the thing is, right now, I'm the darkest I've ever been. I don't think my skin has ever been this colour. This is probably looks a bit light. Is it a bit light? It might be a bit light now, this 100, because I am currently matching Kat Von D's L44, and that's normally way too dark for me. The hot weather we've had recently, I have definitely caught it. I've gone way browner than I normally am. This is me with a tan. I don't think it's too bad actually. Not really ghost face, I'm just a bit flat face. Right, so blush. And this is where I realise I've moved on my blushes too. Because as part of this whole going through my collection, I have moved things back and forth and I've re-tidied the drawer that everything is in. I shall use these because they're here. This is Lolly Tint from Benefit. There's another one that's going to be going. What I normally do is put this on before I powder, and I normally use this before work. I'm not a huge fan of cream or products like this. What I do is I put it on top of my foundation or under my foundation, depending on when I remember to do it. And what it does is it stains my cheeks. So when my foundation wears off throughout the day, because I have not found a foundation that will last on my oily skin yet, the powder blush comes off the top. But Lolly Tint, because it stained the skin, will stay around a little bit longer than that. That is not looking bad. I don't think I'm going to contour today. Or am I just being lazy because I've gone and moved it in the other room? I'm being lazy because I've gone and moved it in the other room. Hello, Trevor. I want to shave my little bit. There's my baby. There he is. Look, there's my baby all curled up on my bed. Those pillows were tiny until he flopped himself down. Sorry. Hello again. Put up with this face. The contour I'm using at the moment is one that I got free in the freebie bag. It's not my favourite thing in the world, but it does. Because it's a powder contour, I need to put my powder on first, and I'd forgotten I'd done that. So this is the MUA one, which is my last MUA product in my collection. And once they're gone, my MUA products are. Once this is done, I am done with MUA. Those of you that have been watching me for a while will know exactly why I don't like MUA. I may need to put more blush on. Know exactly why I don't like MUA. And the reason I don't like MUA is, well, I had 3 shitty interactions with their customer service, and of course itchy nose. But the last one really killed them for me. I was having an allergic reaction to some of their glosses, which they sold as liquid lipsticks, and they weren't, they were glosses. They didn't have any descriptions on the website. They had descriptions on the website, but they were not what they said on the website. Now legally, I possibly, even though they had been opened and used in hygiene laws, I think I would have had a case if I'd taken it further for getting these products returned. But what really pissed me off is I was having an allergic reaction to them. They weren't plumping glosses at all. My lips were beginning to tingle and swell a little, and when I said, look, these are not what they are described as, and I also think I'm having an allergic reaction to them, I want to return them to you. It was a shot in the dark. I didn't expect they would let me to return them. I was just expecting the usual, no, not if they're open. Instead they told me to use them again. I mean, seriously, dude. What? Are you mental? Someone is having an allergic reaction on their lips, so that could possibly lead to throat swelling, you know, all that kind of good stuff. and you tell them to try it again. It could not be our product, except it was the only new thing that I used on my lips. So I just went, right, so you don't want to give me my money back so much you'd rather I died? I mean, it's a bit extreme, but you get my point, right? And that was when I just completely wrote them off as a company. So that's why you don't see MUA on my channel anymore. You know what, I'm just feeling so much better having said all this stuff that's been in my head. Because I'm not very good at it. I try and be a positive person when I'm around other people. I don't want to dump my problems on them, but I do love a good moan. Oh, and the other thing that's pissing me off about work is we're not allowed to have our phones on us at work. I had kind of an exemption about having my phone on me because I was doing our Facebook page. I was doing competitions, taking pictures, and I had two things that pissed me off. I was out the back where the customers couldn't see me, and I was getting some money, and we have a time lock safe. I was waiting for the time lock safe to pop. So while I was waiting for the time lock safe to pop, I decided to do a Facebook competition. So I got some of the money that was out already. I needed some more of the larger cash amounts because they're not left out in the day. And took the pictures of those. Still waiting for the time lock safe to pop. And I am on my phone where nobody can see me except for obviously the cameras. I get a phone call asking me why the hell I'm on my phone. You didn't go into the back to just go on your phone, did you? And then it went from that. I made the mistake once of going on my Facebook page and communicating with another member of staff who was notorious on being on his phone. And they noticed when I was at work. And then all of a sudden I'm not allowed on my phone anymore. It was apparently because a lot of members of staff going, why is Canary on her phone? And it was all the time, it was for the Facebook competitions. Should I use the white there? Really? Need to clean up that edge a bit. Yeah, I've got another one of these. This is one of those sets that I got from China that's was just full of the same kind of brushes. It just seems to have eaten that concealer, this brush. Because I don't really want a highlight as such under my brow. I just want to smooth out the edges a bit. Now I have left my hairs, but what I think it's doing is making the front of my brows a lot darker. And I think I need to do some plucking to make them thinner at the front. I'm new to this brow thing, to actually working with my natural brow. That's not something that I tend to do. And I've already powdered, I probably should have done this. Told you I was new at this. See, I've managed to get it into the brow pomade. If anybody knows of any good eyebrow tutorials that I could follow, that would be great. It hasn't really, because that is almost up to the eyebrow, that yellow, which is fine actually. I think it looks fine. Where's my powder brush gone? Use what's left. And what I've been doing to blur out the ends is actually using my fingers, so pull it out a bit and then just going like that. It works fine. Yeah, with this whole cruelty-free thing, and just get everything cut down, because I was trying to pan everything that was in my collection, and you know what, that wasn't working. I wasn't getting anywhere at all, and things were just getting on the top of me again. I have spent a lot of time going through everything that's on my shelves, so I have schnapps, and I'm going to stop using this immediately. This is very liquidy, it's nice and black, but the biggest problem with this is it sinks into the cracks, and when you use concealer you end up with loads of cracks, and it literally just sinks into the cracks. So yeah, that was the wrong choice. I should have chosen that. Now where I've used the tissue to cut, I'm having a sensitive eye moment, and these are drying up as well. And this is where I normally make it go horribly wrong. This has dried up no end. Still shaking it, I'm still trying. Don't try me. Yeah, you're dry today, dear. Maybe you're at the end. Woohoo. Where's the tester one? I've also got a sample one. I've been using them both at the same time because they've both been getting pretty dry. See, that one works so much better. And what was I saying about cruelty-free? I've been going through my drawers and yeah, and I've been spending my lunch breaks researching every single item that I've got and the parent companies of every single item that I've got and the price, and I just realised how much stuff I'd got, and that's not level at all. We're down there, up there. So really, how not to die a little inside because you fucked up your eyeliner. I'm going to clean up the bottom edge of this one quite a lot. We're going for a thick wing today. I'm one of those memes where you keep trying to correct your eyeliner and it all keeps going horribly wrong. We are not going to get sharp point today. Oh honey, we are going dry again. And at this point, if I go and grab a new eyeliner, I don't know how it's going to perform. What I can do at this point, once I've got the edges clean, which is all I really need to do, this is I can fill it in with that MAC one. But I do need to correct the lay of the land. I'd rather it wasn't a big cat wing, but that's what we've got, so let's roll with it. Okay. I'm going to mess it up even more if I keep going. I remember I got one of these in the Maleficent collection, I think it was. Was it this one or was it a slightly different one? But the one I got was completely dried up. Brand new product. Bought the collection as soon as it came out, but oh my god, the eyeliner did not work at all. I think I tried it twice and then gave up. I should have tried returning it, but I think I would have had to return it to the website. I freaking hate putting things through the post. I'm so bad at it. Anybody who's won one of my giveaways knows I'm really bad at posting things out. I did post them all out. They have all gone and everybody has got them. Oh, and there will be a massive giveaway. See, completely different. That eye is completely different to that eye. Today, we have definite sisters. We don't have twins. We're not twins today. That will have to do. Right, so we do need to do the under eye. Oh, look. Fuck you, Mac. Ooh, that's worked so much better than I thought it would. That was the one that I used for putting the concealer under my eyebrows. We have wonky eyes today. Right, I do need to clean up that line. I need another brush. You'll do. My eyes are uneven anyway. I don't have a symmetrical face. Oh, I like this one. Got a really good concealer and you've fucked up your wings. You can almost correct them by doing that. Okay, not too shabby. I'm alright with that. Powder brush again. Any of the excess left on it is no longer left on it. I'm okay with that. It's not the best I've ever done, but I'm okay with it. So now we need to do the under eye, and because these brushes are kind of nice and fine, they're kind of like smudger brushes, I'm going to use them under here. And of course the camera's cut out. I don't know where it cut out, but I've just copied this on the bottom line. Need to do mascara. I'm currently using my Wonderfully Real from Rimmel London. It's not my favourite, but it'll do. I need to zoom it back in again because the camera cut out. I don't know whether it's done the overheat thing because this thing doesn't tell me before it cuts out. It just cuts out. I'm going to try and avoid the bottom lashes. This is nearing the end of its life actually. I need to pick a new mascara. I don't like it. It's got one of those plastic brushes and they always hurt my eyes. And when your eyes are sensitive anyway and it doesn't take much to make them water, the plastic brushes are a no-go. So highlighter and inner corner highlight. So my highlighter is the highlighter I'm trying to use up. This is the, I can't remember, I think this might be Starflower. It's either Trickles or Starflower, but they didn't put the name on it. It's the Colourpop My Little Pony blush highlighter that is part of my project pan. I suppose I could have used blue with this. It has got a blue tone to it though. This is very deceiving. It is a pink highlighter with a blue tone to it though, so it's picking up blue. I've repressed it, but it just falls apart. It was very badly pressed to start off with, so every time I put my brush in there, it just crumbles. I'm going to be a little bit disappointed when this one's done because I love the blue tone colour of it. It's so nice. I've got this, but I am also going to throw a diamond crusher on the top. I need to find it. It's the orangey one that I'm going to throw on the top. I can't think of its name. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with the talking. Except for I need to also throw this on. This is the Glam Crystals Dazzling Gel Eyeliner. It's called Funk. I'm just going to put that in the crease. And then my face is done. And as Simply Nailogical likes to say, I've done my face. And then we need the narcissistic montage. Which every beauty guru does. And yeah, I'll be back in a second. So, finished look, this face. Like I said, I've just put, and it's LA, that is the one that is my orangey undertone, because I thought it would go better with the kind of oranges that are all over my face. So yeah, this is the finished look. What do you think? Do you think it's alright? Yeah, so this was a bit of an emotional get rid with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know what to do, my lovelies. Please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe and all that jazz. You know, the usual YouTube way. I am so bored of saying that. You know what to do. I'm going to go back. You know what? I'm just going to go back to saying, you know what to do, my lovelies. I hope you're having a wonderful day. TTFN. Say goodbye to Trevor.